Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, mini Motorways. Let's go to Lisbon for today's daily challenge. We shall have a speed limit increase on bridges, so our bridges will move quickly, and we will have 4 roundabouts. Folks, I am very rarely in this position, and so I will savor it. I have breaking news. Not just any breaking news, breaking good news. You want to hear something good? Listen, if you're here in Gimimimim, you may have seen it already. I just found out about it 10 minutes ago. It apparently hit the news wires 20 minutes ago. Dick Cheney died. Oh, one of the, let's be conservative in the way that, Dick Cheney would claim that he was, but never actually was. Let's be conservative and say that one of the 50 worst human beings to maybe not ever live. Again, we're being conservative in the ways that Dick Cheney never was. One of the 50 worst human beings I have ever heard of. Who was one of the 50 worst human beings who was alive at the same time as me. There you go. Has fucking died, and it's fucking excellent. Fuck him forever. Let's take 2 more traffic lights, get us up to 4. That's a terrible choice, given that we started with 4 roundabouts. Feels pretty bad, man. But yeah, fuck Dick Cheney. Please don't, given that he's old and bad and terrible, and now dead. Like, there are rules against it now, but also just don't. But, yeah, I have nothing creative or original to say beyond fuck that guy. Fuck anybody who thought it was worth courting that guy's political endorsement, huh? How'd that work out for you, Kamala? Well, sadly for him, he shall not see the punishment he deserves on this earth. But hey, maybe I'm wrong about this whole hell thing. People like Dick Cheney make me wish that I was wrong about this whole, God existing in hell and punishment for life's sins and such thing. Maybe there's that. That would be nice. That's a comforting thought. Eternal torment for you, Dick Cheney. You fucking murderous, awful, shit-headed fucker. That felt good. Anyway, let's take 40 road tiles. That'll get us up to here. I tried something different with my audio today, and I effing hate it. So, I'm gonna undo it, and then we'll talk about it. Come here. Popping things out of things. Making noises. Come here. Gooey! Oh, that's much better. Okay. So what I did, well, first of all, what we're gonna do is I could have these oranges serve this business, and then, we should definitely have these oranges serve that business. That's first. Hi, Nora. Nora, you're very meowy today. You have food. You know that, right? Did you bring me a little... No, you didn't bring me a floofy little ball. You just want wet food and haven't been given wet food, and therefore think that you're being horribly mistreated, which may or may not be true. But, it'll be fine. You'll get over it. All right, so if we bring this blue over to here, we still kind of have to, and further, All right, well, what we can do is get a little bit creative with the positionage of these yellows to free up this orange to come in here. We're still ultimately needing a roundabout. After all that, ultimately, I could run this orange up, down and around and up to here, but F that. We've done as much as we can. We'll have a roundabout right here. It'll be fine. So what I did was, typically what I do for streams is I have, you remember a couple of months ago now when I installed a new hard drive that allowed me to stop worrying about constantly having to clear hard drive space for video editing and such? As part of doing that, I don't know if I broke my headphone jack or if I just had it connected loosely or what, but the headphone jack on the back of my PC stopped working, which is a problem. However, the fancy new Elgato Wave 3 microphone that I've been using for a similar amount of time has a headphone jack on it. So what I've been doing is I've been plugging my computer speakers into the microphone and using that to, play audio when I'm just sitting around on the computer, right? When I stream, I unplug the speakers and I plug in the microphone. So I plug in my headphones so that I can hear like the audio and all of that good. And it doesn't bleed out into the mic and create terrible, horrible problems. What I had tried today was plug my headphones into the headphone jack on the speakers. Therefore, meaning that I'm trying to simplify the process of switching from regular audio to, hey, I'm doing streaming audio. It sounded bad. So I undid that. And now I have the headphones directly into the mic. Again. Nora, what did you bring? Hi. Was I wrong? Do you indeed? She has a furry little ball. Oh, and it's your gold one. I like your gold one. Your gold one's just a little bit bigger than the other ones, so it's easier for me to hold and throw. That's nice. We'll take a bridge. We'll show the cat the ball. Hi. Go get it. We'll chuck that over that way and see how it goes. All right. Let's take this orange down this way. We'll also take these 2 oranges like so. Should probably take more advantage of the coastline here and kind of block that off from spawnage. That seems like it would be reasonable, actually. Yeah. So we'll do that. That'll go off that away. You are a yellow business. That's intriguing. Let's take these 2 yellow houses, which are presently doing nothing. We'll run them along this way. Oranges go up and over and in. And yellows go up and in. Bingo, bongo, bango. And because I am flush with road tiles and want to make things nice and good and happy for myself, I will toss a second yellow into this road right here. Just have that going out that way. Next, next we do need to consider this right here, which, I could have this come out this way, put a PCTL right in front of the roundabout? That seems horrendous. On the other hand, there's no other way to get... Well, no, because you'd have to go from here, so you'd have to go past the orange business, so... If I connect this plaza to this roundabout, though, these oranges might think that this orange is their problem, and that would become dicey. Would be a negative situation. What we can do is take these blues here, run them off that away. Yeah, we could do that. That doesn't seem horrendous. Although this only has 1 blue because I just peeled this back for, you know what? I think it'll be okay if we just send you down here, have you honk onto there, and yeah, we'll just do this. This'll be okay. Worst case scenario... What is the worst case scenario here? The worst case scenario is we have these oranges come down through the plaza, fuck with the traffic light, and go up there. That's a pretty bad scenario, actually. Hi! Oh, you brought back a different ball. Okay. Well, it's another orange one. This one's smaller. Hey, you want it? Hey, Nora. No, you have to see me throw it or else you won't chase it. Go get it. The smaller ones are floatier, too. So, we'll take another motorway. I suppose it could just motorway stuff. Actually, yeah, that's probably better for everybody. If I just pop the traffic light, kill that, and we'll take these 2 blues right here, because why not? What if we just motorwayed them into the northern entrance of the plaza. That'll cut down on the roundabout traffic and keep the plaza somewhat isolated. And actually, given that I have 2 of these here now, it probably becomes that much more feasible to just road this. Maybe I ought to just road this. All right. Well, both of our yellows just went circular, which is interesting, if nothing else. Interesting usually means fuck, but, well, there's no guarantee that that's not the case yet. Clancy the Crow! Clancy has resubscribed. Clancy, have you heard the good news of the day? Clancy, there is such good news today. Oh, well, first of all, Kat has brought me 2 fuzzy little balls. Clancy, I have wonderful news, and I get to be the bearer of good news for you. Dick Cheney died. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy to be breaking good news. Kat, go get. I threw 2. Really, truly, for actually, and for sure, Dick motherfucking Cheney motherfucking died. As true, as a factual statement. According to news outlets that I read, like, multiple headlines from 10 minutes before I started Gimmim. So, maybe there's been some clarification, but as far as I know, Dick Cheney fucking died. Ah, yay. Far too late, but, you know, at least we got to see it. That's one of those, hey, at least we got to see it. Never. Absolutely never, forever, never. Let's take a motorway, because a motorway is just a fancy, flexible, more useful bridge. Although we do have a speed limit increase on bridges. That's something to almost consider. Let's see here. We got oranges down this way. Huh. And an orange business down here. I think I'm a little reticent to just have these 3 service that circle. Given that we have 4 oranges over here, it might be time to gently revisit the issue of the roundabout, but, you know, maybe we don't need to worry about it. Also, I'm just going to smooth this out a little bit. We're just going to feed this yellow house through the roundabout. I think that's going to be better, maybe. Actually, you know what we could do? Is have the roundabout come out here. You know, it comes out this way, and then that's a PCTL. That looks a little bit better. I don't know if it's going to function any better, but it at least looks a little bit better. This light blue house here is going to want a bridge just as soon as I have one, but, you know, Timmy Turner's dad meme. What about... I am going to have to find oranges somewhere. Dang it. Yeah. All right. Well, for now... Yeah, for now at the very least, let's chop these 2. This is obviously a future bridge. I just don't have one. This is obviously a future bridge. I just don't have one. So these 2 motorways are highly temporary. Hello. Have you brought me back a floofy little ball? No. Nora, I threw 2 of them. I threw 2. How did you not find either one? Go find it. You don't rant at me. What do you want me to do? You're the one who lost them. Go find them.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Il Danny 6 coming in with the follow. Good morning, Il Danny 6. Oh, what are we going to do here? This dark blue business is irksome. Let's have it run that away. These 2 blue houses will shoot in that away. Well, Il Danny 6, you have come to the right place. We play mini motorways every single weekday unless I have other stuff to do, which happens in a non-zero amount of time. But the point is, we play mini motorways most mornings here, 7 o'clock Eastern, which is 12 o'clock GMT. I remembered to change the schedule graphic only a day or 2 later than I should have. So that's something. Oh, she found one. Hi. Hello. Oh, do you see this furry little orange ball? Do you want it? Oh, she very much wants it. Specifically, she wants me to throw it. So you know what? She got up and walked away. She distracted herself. Nora. Hi. Go get it. Fetch with the kitty cat. Let's take a bridge and start peeling back some motorways. We're going to run this light blue house in here to service this business. And I think we're going to... let's take back motorway number 1. It's the stupider one. You and you shall come down over this way. Good morning, good afternoon then. It is afternoon in Italy, right? Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to mentally position. Yeah, Italy's like east of England, I think. That sounds right. Because it shares a border with France, and France is east of England. So, yeah, afternoon. Good afternoon, Neil Danny 6. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Or 1300 if you're using military time. Or Europeans don't just do that, do they? No, I don't think so. Maybe some do. I don't know. We learn things. All right. So I think when we get the bridge that will replace motorway number 2, we're going to use these 3 light blues to service this business. That seems like a reasonable thing. We also have a whole host of yellows over here. We're probably going to need... Am I from England? No, I'm from the east coast of the United States. I'm just a crazy person who started streaming at 7 o'clock in the morning. Do not apologize for your English. Listen, Danny. Your English is a lot better than my Italian. I'll tell you that. So, don't worry about it. This yellow business over here is going to be temporarily serviced by a motorway, and then we'll immediately replace that with a bridge. Yeah, let's just chop motorway number 1. Do we want to do that? I don't know. Let's actually kill motorway number 2. Pull this down here. Bop down that away. All right, so the 1, 2, 3 of these come over to here. We bridge down here, serve this business. That'll give us another motorway back. Having pulled back that motorway, we can use these 3 to now service this a little bit better, which will be fine and good. Over here, we have a handful of grays that are presently not doing anything, which is wonderful because we have another gray business that is not doing anything, or not being serviced at least, and that's bad. Up here, another light blue for this light blue circle. Doot. Okay. All of y'all are... Hold on. We need to restructure this. This going poorly. Let's swing this in that manner, and then down here, and then voop like that. Better. So now we have 6 light blue houses for this light blue business. We have 6 gray houses for this gray circle. Excellent. Couple dark blues serve this. These 4 oranges take care of that. This orange circle is thriving, actually, having only 3 houses, which is surprising, not gonna lie. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna peel this orange house and reposition this orange house. Because now we have 4 getting up here, and 1, 2 down to this way, and 2 up there. Render unto me another motorway. Thank you very much. Let's do, I think... Oh, well, hold on. You're an orange, buddy. Do I care about you? I don't particularly like you. I think what we'll do to accommodate that is just build an extra road tile here so that this blue can now spawn on this road. That way, we can peel one of the spurs off of the roundabout, extricate this from everything. Actually, you have spawned nicely. So you can now service this, and that results in a bonus for this business. But this one right here, we're going to pull these 2 oranges that are presently doing nothing, draw motorway number 4, like so, and away we go. All right. So our roundabout here just got a little less clogged. It had temporarily thought that it needed to support this business, but no, we're not doing that. That's dumb. Let's see here. you are a third dark blue for this, which is fine and good. Let's do an east to west roundup. Seems reasonable. We'll look at it right to left because typically our brains read left to right. So if we intentionally look right to left, we'll analyze better and notice more things. This is also why you should look right to left when you're like scanning shelves for something. Ooh, you've gone circular. Do I care about that? Not in the moment. Eventually it's going to be a problem that you only have 3 houses, but for right now at least I think we're fine. Give me another motorway, and let's do that roundup. So, easternmost business is this guy right here. I am going to tweak the position of these orange houses right here. That's better. Get a third one going over for this business. This light blue right here is a circle. It has a singular bridge and is supported by 7 houses. That seems fine and good. We're doing okay. We got cars and driveways up here. This business is A-okay. Next is this gray Sir High. Okay. Not the end of the world. I've got a few grays over here not really doing anything. We can connect those. Draw motorway number 5. And just voop in that away. And another gray up here means more support for motorway number 2. Cool. Oh, hi. And a friendly orange house spawned right here. Good. It was already starting to be a problem. You remember 20 seconds ago when I said that it would eventually be a problem that there were only 3 houses here? Well, it became a problem. And then there were 4 houses there, so now it's not as much of a problem. It will eventually be a problem that there are only 4 houses here, but again, it is a problem for future Goog. Future Goog can F off. Let's take a motorway and solve this. This is an issue. We'll have that go that away. Where can I pull 2 dark blues? I can chop this. I do have this. These 2 right here not really doing nothing. They're kind of the back end support for stuff, though. Like, And again, I'll say, I guess... Where else am I going to get 2 dark blues, though? I've got 1 floating here and 1 floating here. And there's a whole mess of trouble between them that I should probably start looking to optimize. So, alright. Let's chop that. Save a bucket of road tiles for all the matterage that's going to do. And draw motorway number 6. Danny, don't use the stream to learn English, because I do make up bad word noises sometimes. Bad word noises, incidentally, is one of the titles of the episode. So we've got that going for us. Let's see here. Make note of that. And then, yeah, I just peeled off a couple of these dark blues. They'll take a big long motorway number 6, get down over to here. That'll basically be fine. Hi. What are you doing? Also, hey, you just spawned a friend. Thank you. Very helpful. I'll immediately move motorway number 6 over that away. As for this guy, not a fan. Not in love with it, must confess. Let's take a second here and see if anything else spawns in addition to this orange. Oh, another orange spawned here. Well, that's not helpful. That's not helpful in the least, guys. Guys, you're supposed to come up with good, helpful... Okay. This is at least theoretically a good, helpful spawn. So let's take these 2 oranges, run them up here. I bet you I can sneak around about right there. I totally can. Cool. So the western spur of this roundabout is these dark blues, which are looping in here. The eastern spur goes off that away over here. That's gross and ridiculous, but whatever. Southern spur is going to be the oranges coming up from here. Northern spur will loop just like that and ultimately into this orange business once motorway number 6 finishes repositioning itself, which it just did. Okay. So now these 2 orange houses are supporting this orange business. This probably won't die. Heavy emphasis on the word probably there, but this probably won't die. All right. This dark blue has gone circular. That's bad. I do have a floating dark blue here that I can just kind of huck at it, but I still think that's bad. Is there anything else I want to dedicate to the service and maintenance of that right now? Not really. No, I think we're just going to let that ride and see how it goes. The answer is probably poorly. It's probably going to go poorly, but, it'll be fine. Next. Well, I was going to say let's take a bridge and replace some motorways. And listen, I think we are still going to take a bridge and replace a motorway somewhere. I don't know where, though, because, well, actually, hold on. This right here, motorway number 5, we can replace that if I first steal these light blues and repositionate them. If we repositionize them over here, cool, that frees up this whole approach vector. And with this whole approach vector being removed, we can just kind of chop motorway number 5 and be fine with that. However, rather than chopping motorway number 5, let's instead reposition it such that one end is here and the other end is here, and this yellow business is properly serviced. Okay. So once this motorway clears out, which will happen when this car gets back home, that car gets back home, motorway's clear, we take the bridge we just got, draw a bridge going up here. These 3 grays continue to serve this gray, and everything is relatively dunky-hoary. Okay. You remember Dunky Hoary, reading about him in school. He was the guy who tilted at windmills, right? You 3, come over here. You're serving that. That's fine. This roundabout is getting a little rat-like adjacent, if nothing else. It's a little bit dicey having to serve two circles worth of guys, I think. Yeah, we're starting to run into issue problems on account of the presence of multiple circles on the tail ends of roundabouts. Well, I don't have anything to solve that problem. So, oh, that's right. There are 3 circles being served here because there's this guy as well. Shit, man. I bet you if I had a way to peel even one of those out of there, everything would be better. Well, I did just get another bridge, which I can hopefully once again replace a motorway with. Let's see. I could... Let's see here. Motorway number 5. Nope, that's the southern extreme of the map. I guess I could disconnect this light blue here. Create a big, long, stupid bridge. Hold on, wait. Hold on, I think that's exactly the plan. Motorway number 5. Get out of here, but don't be killed, because I probably want to deploy you immediately. Let's have these 5 yellows right here. Don't apologize. You're cool. I do not expect anyone who is watching to constantly observe and participate. You want to chat. You want to lurk. You want to F off and watch something else. F off and watch something else. I totally understand. Now then, I think what I'm going to do is use this motorway number 5, which I've just freed, to peel these yellows out of the roundabout entirely. I think, actually, hold on. If I'm doing, no, well, I am the only one who's, I find that I'm frequently one of very few people who are streaming mini motorways at the time that I do it. Part of that is because the game's been out for a while and was a niche indie title to begin with, and part of that is just it's 7:26 on the east coast of the United States, and Twitch is I would assume that Twitch's biggest viewership is still in the U.S. It might be like Brazil or something, but yeah, is midday in Europe, and midday in Europe is not exactly peak times for American stuff. Which, I mean, listen, buddy, it's a good day in America. One of our most horrible, hated monsters died, but a lot of us here in the States don't think it's fine to celebrate that. So it's going to be a weird day. Oh, well. Anyway, where was I going with this? I don't remember. But now we have motorway number 3 coming down here serving this. All right, we still have 3 dark blue houses serving this dark blue circle, and that's doomed. Oh, well. Not much we can do about it now. Rude. I don't think it was good that you just went circular, but I will steal 1 more gray house to help service you. All right, let's take another bridge. Our basic traditions lately have been taking a bridge and seeing if we can use it to replace a motorway. I don't think this one can do that. My immediate inclination is... my immediate inclination is that this bridge is not immediately replacing a motorway. Yeah, I think just, part of it is just the life cycle of a game, There are a great many more games than there is time in the universe in which to play them all, and there are constantly more games being released, so it is inevitable, particularly with a game that has not been, Mini Motorways is certainly not a live service game in any way. It is not a game that is constantly refreshing itself and introducing new gimmicks in order to keep the player base or anything. They did just, they put out creative mode a few weeks ago, and that, seemed like there was a surge of interest around that, and people were creating submissions and all of that, but it's not like Overwatch. Right, where Overwatch is constantly like, oh, it's season 19, we're tweaking this, we upgraded this damage, we have this new mode, keep playing, do microtransactions, please do microtransactions. No, Dinosaur Polo Club is a video game developer rather than a sophisticated con artist shop, and because they're a video game developer rather than a sophisticated con artist shop, they, developed a video game, and it's a very good video game. Oh, God. Sophisticated Con Artist Shop is probably one of the titles of the episode. Am I going to die, by the way? In-game. We've established that most people are going to eventually. Let's see here. We'll toss another light blue house over here. I don't really have... I've got light blues here. They're kind of buried. This gray circle's mad. Well, it does have 4 houses, and we're a little bit late in the game for a thing to only have 4 houses. You are rather like the video game Fire Emblem 3 Houses in that you have 4 houses. All right, if we put a roundabout right here, I can incorporate a 5th gray house, which is something. And we can take a motorway. Hold on. The addition of a motorway might be meaningful here. Let's see. Can I can't steal any of these anymore. I do have this, by the way, sitting over here doing nothing. We'll just staple that to the end of this road, send it off that way. That'll be fine. But I don't really have any way to... I don't have a way to connect any of these grays to any of those grays. However, I do have these 3 grays up here, and these 3 grays up here can bop that away. What if we take motorway number 7? I do have a cat named Nora. She's adorable. She's orange and fluffy and cute. You 3 grays are going to swing down this way into the northern spur of this roundabout. That'll hopefully sustain this business a little bit longer. As for this business, buddy, I don't know, friend. I've got these light blues coming here. They go off this way. I could... What could I do? I could bridge over this way, but no. If I bridge and route... Wait. Oh, dear God. Oh, I just thought of the stupidest fucking thing. This is astonishingly dumb. All right. Let's have this right here. you'll diagonally all the way here, down that-a-way, into this roundabout. It's a good song. It's a very good song.
Hear ye, let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Good morning, Samurai Sam. Samurai Sam was here first. Sam, have you heard the wonderful news of the day? There's wonderful news today, although, come to think of it, Sam is the kind of good person who might be mad at me for sharing the wonderful news of the day. Sam, there's wonderful news today. Dick Cheney died. Oh, that's such wonderful news. I'm so happy to share it. Oh, goodness. All right. This gray circle over here is angry and dying, which I understand. Hi there. You, at least, can be a fifth gray house that's motorwized into motorway number 7 down here into the roundabout to sustain and support this business. As for this right here, man, I don't know. You swing in that away, I guess. We'll make a little smiley bridge. Look at the happy smiley bridge. Also, look at this truly ridiculous thing that I've done in order to get these 3 light blue houses up here to service this eventually. Oh Lord. All right, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're staying alive. We're taking another roundabout, even though that was the last thing I could possibly have needed in that moment. You come down here. Is this gray business going to die? This gray business is probably going to die. Do I have any way of saving it? If I can get grays into the roundabout. Hold on. Can I get grays into this roundabout? I have... Well... I have... Wait. I do have 3 grays now going into the roundabout. And that... Yeah, that's an empty square. That's totally fine. So you get into the roundabout. So Dick Cheney was the vice president of the United States, which is like... We have the president, who's the guy who's not literally in charge of the government, but functionally sort of like the face of the country in charge of the government, that sort of thing. Dick Cheney was the vice president, who's the backup to that guy. He was also a... yes, non-Americans watch giving him. So Dick Cheney was most famously the vice president of the United States. While he was vice president, the president was George W. Bush, who was a stupid, horrible idiot. And also, Dick Cheney pretty plainly, obviously, masterminded a lot of the really horrible stuff that the Bush administration did. Like, George W. Bush was a stupid idiot puppet, and Dick Cheney was the guy pulling his strings. So, when you say that, George W. Bush was the president who invaded Iraq, it's worth noting that Dick Cheney was the guy whose idea that was. I mean, yeah, like, not literally, but basically, because Dick Cheney was also the president when the Republicans wrote the Patriot Act, and that was real horrible. And yeah, Dick Cheney was just a bad dude. He was a horrible, awful dude, and it's very good that he's dead, because now he can't hurt anyone anymore. Yeah. He's a little Berlusconish, Well, now we got Trump, who's pulling a proper Mussolini, but, oh, God. If Mussolini was also a stupid, horrible idiot being manipulated by fuckers. Oh, God. Man, the second Bush administration really was just the model for the Trump administrations, wasn't it? Well, I'm glad that the guy who engineered that endorsed the Democratic candidate for president. Berlusconi's, I think that, here's my knowledge of Italian politics. They threw out Berlusconi at some point, right? Like, he was too corrupt. They were like, hey, buddy, you gotta stop. And then he didn't stop, and it was a whole thing. But he's not presently the prime minister? Is it a prime minister in Italy? I don't know. Anyway, 4,155 in Lisbon sure is a score. It's top 3% in the world after all. It is, oh my god. Close but no cigar. Beaten by Samurai Sam. Drop those slams in the chat. Alright. You've got like Mussolini's granddaughter in the parliament? Something like that? I don't know. Here's how often Italian politics makes a national American news. Not. Alright. Oh, God. So let us wordle. Okay. The wordle today. I cannot think of a 5-letter way to celebrate the fact that Dick Cheney is dead. Huzzah, after all, is a 6-letter word. The wordle today is glory. It absolutely is not. Okay. The wordle today is chive. I did not know that Mussolini's grandson played in Serie A. That's neat. The wordle today is venue? Venue. The wordle today is venue. Hey, the wordle today is venue. Good job, Goog. Yes, Sam. Danny here is Italian. So, you use Italian at each other in the chat. As long as you're not shitting on the Goog. Oh, God, I would never know. I would never, ever know. Away we go. Let us jump into Time Guesser for the day. All right, so we got some fellas overseeing a stockyard of some such. Oh, shit appears to have gone bad here. Hold on. We got an awful lot of cranes, and our loader truck supposed to be at that angle? I don't know. Did something bad happen? It kind of looks like some bad stuff happened here. Hold on. Where might we be exactly? Well, we got a whole bunch of tall, extant buildings. Our dudes are smoking, having chats on their phones. This isn't, what does this say? This is Sinello. Huh. This wouldn't be, like, Palestine. No. No, that doesn't make sense. So it looks like some bad shit has happened at a loading dock. And these guys here are strategizing how to deal with it. Where is this loading dock? Wonderful question. Has there been, like... Well, it looks like a hurricane came through and or a bomb went off. And... boy. I don't know. Looking askance at Sam's last chat message. It's probably fine. Oh, Lord. Where the hell are we? That's a wonderful question to which I presently do not have an answer. Well. When in doubt, go with gut, I guess. This is going to be real bad. This is going to be, like, hemispherically inaccurate. I have no idea where we are, other than a random-ass fucking guess. So, here comes a random-ass fucking guess. We are in the West Bank. Yeah, we are in Gaza in 2025. Sure. We are... Huh. You know, all things considered, I'll fucking take that. Oh yeah, there was a kaboom in Lebanon. Well, there are not infrequently kabooms in places. Anyway, given how desperately wrong, desperately hopeless I was, I'll take 8,000 points there. Thank you very much. Oh, God. Sam, why are we talking about mediocre football coach Steve Spagnuolo? Let's see here. I'm going to try to parse that. I'm inferring that last sentence says, given that I've learned Spanish, learning Italian was easy. Maybe. I don't know. How about that? Anyway, the Star, as I recall, is a newspaper in jolly London town. Also, we have double-decker buses here, which is basically a giveaway that we're at least somewhere. This, however, indicates that we might be somewhere Ipish or perhaps Irish. Irish nationwide. Cool. Also, our double-decker bus is green. That's another indicator. We've got the bus Atha Cloth, or perhaps Kijath. That looks like my friend Brandon. Y'all don't know my friend Brandon, but that looks like him. Let's see here. It's not, presumably. I don't think he was photographed in Dublin, Ireland in 1984, which is my present leader in the clubhouse type guess. For all that matters, you've got the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any more dead giveaways as to where we are. Although if you know where Kilmanham is, that would certainly help a lot. I don't. So we're just going to go over here to the Emerald Isle and say that we are in Dublin, Ireland in 1984, don't you know? You see, the trick to doing an Irish accent is to just sprinkle in some North Dakotan and see if anyone notices. We are in Dublin, Ireland in 1996, not 1984. Bad job, Goog. But hey, got the location pretty much right. Next, we've got the Central Bank of something. That's nice. The Central Bank of Barceloneta. Okay, well, we know where we are. Sam thought it was the 70s. It is not the 70s. Irishes are North Dakota like Russians are vampires. I don't know if we can go that far, fella. But yeah, you might not be wrong. Next, we've got... all right, so we're at the Central Bank of Barcelona. That gives us a good idea of the where we are. As to the when of this, we got a whole bunch of dudes in basically the same trench coat. And we got this kind of hat going. I'm feeling the 50s? Mid-late 1950s? Yeah, it seems feasible. Maybe a little earlier than that, given the black and whitiness, but it is very good quality for a black and whitey photo here. Let's say Barcelona, Spain, 1958. Seems entirely reasonable and probably wrong. Barcelona, Spain, 1958. It was indeed Barcelona, Spain, 1957. Good job, Goog. I'll take that. Very happy with that. Next, we have, oh boy, we're welcoming international press and guests to the world premiere of Martin Rasnin's Stagecoach in Denver, Colorado, May 18th, Hold on. Are those sixes? 1966? Is that what that says? 1933? No, this is not 1933. All right, so we're in Denver, Colorado in 1966. Man, that was easy. Good banner reading, Goog. We'll zoom in here, and I thought I saw a theater. Did I see a theater? I see the Fillmore Auditorium. Close enough. We'll bop that right there. We are in Denver, Colorado, 1966. It was indeed Denver, Colorado, 1966. Good job, Goog. Next. And last, we've already beaten Sam. Sam did not do very well in Time Guesser today, but we can still put up a fairly respectable score here. We've got somebody's 75th something, so that's nice. Sam did not see the 66. Oh. This guy looks recognizable. Is that a... no. For a second, I thought that was a youngish Jerry Ford, but no. No, it's very much not. So instead, we've got a bunch of hoity-toity rich white motherfuckers. Great. Awesome. We've covered our hoity and our toity. All right. Do we have anything to indicate where this is other than just... No. Somewhere in the Americas. Yeah. It feels like it could be the U.S., could be Germany. Somewhere in the U.S. in 1968. I don't know about the... Yeah, this could be 1968. I think it might be a little earlier than that. Like maybe 1960? But I don't really know why I would say that. I don't know. Actually, yeah, given the pattern, it could be 1968. You're possibly not wrong. I don't know, man. This isn't the White House, is it? No, this is just some function hall. Man, I have no idea where we could possibly be. Rochester, New York. Rochester, New York, 1968. Final answer. Rochester, New York, 1968. We are so horrendously wrong. Oh my God. Oh, of course. We should have known. It's the 75th. Oh, there are flags. Also, apparently there was a flag on the wall. Oh, yeah, there's a... Okay, well, I think if I had seen that flag and recognized it as a flag, I might have guessed that we were in Switzerland, which would have been closer. Like, Switzerland would definitely have been closer. Still would have been fucking 32 years off, but yeah, okay, whatever. I got 12 points. That's 12 more points than I had going in. 35,005 sure is a time guesser's score. And hey, it's better than Sam, so we drop those GGs. Next, for today's Immaculate Crit. Danny, I don't think you're going to be good at this one, but I could be wrong. Maybe you're a big baseball fan. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Angels and Giants and Royals and Marlins and Mets and Astros and oh God, it's only teams. Oh no. All right. Dude who played for the Giants and Astros is Jeff Kent. Jeff Kent is a dude who played for the Giants and the Astros. They're doing a thing where that's odd. Maybe it just hasn't properly calculated percentages yet. Anyway, dude who played for the Royals and the Mets is Kyle Farnsworth was a Met, wasn't he? I think Kyle Farnsworth was a Met for half a minute. He was indeed a Met for half a minute. Dude who played for the Giants and the Mets is Alejandro De Aza? I think Alejandro De Aza was a Giant. I'm not certain of that, though. So, probably shouldn't say that. Should probably just take the layup and say Drew Gilbert. Does Drew Gilbert count as a layup? He was traded from the... Oh, he never played in the bigs for the Mets. God bless America. Drew Gilbert never played in the bigs for the Mets. So, by refreshing at a certain time, I've managed to give myself an additional guess. So, nobody saw that. I've gotten two right answers and only used one guess. So, nobody saw me say that Drew Gilbert counted for the center square. That's ridiculous. Why would you say such a silly thing? Did Blade Tidwell make it to the bigs for the Giants this year? I don't know, probably. That seems like a thing that would have happened. Blade Tidwell, a dude who didn't make it to the bigs for the Giants this year. All right, so we've gotten two right answers in our two guesses. Let's just take the layup here and say that Carlos Beltran is a Met who was also a Giant. There you go. Well done. Oh, God. Dude who played for the Royals and the Astros will be our usage today of the Zach Greinke button. There we go. It was getting single digits and deep cuts, and then it was like, nope, Zach Greinke, 36%. Oh, boy. Let's see. Do we have... Oh, my God, we have to name some Marlins and Angels. Oh, dear sweet mother of hell. Okay. Dude who played for... Oh, this part's gonna get bad. A dude who played for the Marlins. Gary Sheffield was a Marlin, but he was not a Royal, Giant, or Angel. Brian Wilson was a Giant, but not a Marlin. Dontrell Willis was a Marlin, but none of these. Johnny Damon was a Royal. Sean Figgins was an Angel. Billy Hamilton, the modern fast one, was an Angel, I think. Lance Berkman was an Astro. Edgardo Alfonso was a Met and a Giant. The Marlins do get rid of lots of dudes. Ivan Rodriguez was a Marlin, but none of these. Mike Sweeney was a Royal, but not a Marlin. Jeff Conine was a Marlin. Was he a Royal? Was Jeff Conine a Royal? Friends, I'm just going to start guessing things because we're not going to get this. Hey, Jeff Conine was a Royal. Good pull. Sort of. 29% of the people who've gotten that square used Jeff Conine, so it's not that good a pull. But you know, for the scale of the underscore Goog, we're going to call that a good pull. Oh, God. All right. Mark Langston was an Angel. Was he an Astro? I don't think so. Oh, boy. Jose Guillen was an Angel. Was he an Astro? No. Oh, dear sweet fucking hell. Pretty much, yeah. You're not wrong, Sam. You're certainly not wholly and entirely wrong. Jonah Tong is a Met, but he's only ever been a Met, so that doesn't help much. Jeff McNeil, Mark Vientos, Brandon Nimmo. These are all career Mets. Pete Alonso, career Met. Possible future Angel, Pete Alonso, but presently career Met. Oh, God. Roberto Hernandez was a Giant, but not a Marlin. Jose Mesa, I think, was a Giant, but not a Marlin. I'm not certain about Roberto Hernandez. It's entirely possible that Roberto Hernandez was a Marlin. You know what? We're going to just toss it out there. Was Roberto Hernandez a Marlin? Roberto Hernandez was not a Marlin, so I have fucked up. Was Jose Mesa a Marlin? Joe Table? Joe Table, you a Marlin? No? All right, fine. That's understandable and fair. Josh Willingham was a Marlin, not a Giant or a Angel. David Ross. No, not David Ross. Cody Ross. Cody Ross was a Giant. Was he a Marlin? Cody Ross was a Giant and a Marlin. Good for you, Cody Ross. Mashing Cody Ross. As for, can I name a Met who was also an Angel? I don't know, man. Keith Hernandez was a Met. Was he also an Angel? I don't think so. We already used Zach Greinke. He was an Angel who was also an Astro. Andy Pettitte was an Astro, but not an Angel. Roger Clemens was an Astro, but certainly not an Angel. Just ask underaged country singers. Let's see here. Sean Figgins was an Angel. I don't think he caught on with the Marlins, but I also don't think Juan Pierre was a Marlin. Was he an Angel? He's a very Angels kind of ball player, but I don't think he actually was an Angel. F it, we've already been wrong about stuff. Let's be further wrong. Juan Pierre, not an Angel. Sadness and failure. All right. No thanks, maybe later. Who were some Angels? Oh, Devon White. No, Nolan Ryan was... Okay. All right. Well, Nolan Ryan was a Met and also an Angel. That's a factual and fair statement. Okay. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. I do not have a work assignment today, at least as of the last time I checked my work email, and I don't have any more work email. So... there's no reason as of yet why I won't be back later this evening for Cyberpunk 2077 as we continue the Phantom Liberty DLC. We've rescued the President of the United States. Now we just have to be told why that matters, which the game's trying. It's really trying. Maybe it'll succeed. We'll see. We'll be back later tonight and should be back Friday morning for Gimmimimim. I have in-person jobs in the next couple of days, but we'll be around. Check the Discord server. Hop in that if you haven't already. Let me go ahead and hit the bang Discord command. And I don't have anything further to say. This is the end screen. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.